Good morning. Grab a seat. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Good? Are you ready? Right now. 6 years ago, actually no, 7 years ago, I was working as a security guard. I know people look at me and go, you, really? Yes, I was working as a security guard, beating people up, yeah. No, not really. I was working as a security guard, basically guarding things like science parks and business centers or things like that. But I was getting paid £3.75 an hour. This was in Oxfordshire, Banbury area kind of thing. And I was earning just £3.75, and I was earning £500 a month. I had no idea how to make money, how to do business, how to do marketing, no idea about wealth creation whatsoever. All I knew, the only strategy I had for making money was to create a CV, send it out, and get a job. That's what 18 years in the schooling system taught me, how to get a job. I had no idea about these other ways of making money. And it came to the point where I did this for 2 years, earning 500, 600 pounds a month. Yes, 600 pounds a month, fantastic. And then I worked in telesales for 14 months, earning 800 pounds a month. 800 pounds a month. I had never earned 1,000 pounds a month in my life. And this was up until I was 23, 24 years old. I got fired from my job in November 2003. And by that point, having a job had brought me to the point where I was 7,000 pounds in debt. I had zero money. I couldn't afford the rent. So I ended up being completely broke, living for a few days with some friends, and eventually I ended up living practically on the streets. I was squatting in a building on Earl's Court Road, just around the corner from here. And I did that for about 4 or 5 months, squatting in a building. The windows were like smashed out. It was just like cardboard to block out like the cold and the wind a little bit. And I did that for 4 months because I was completely broke. Being in a job had brought me to the point where I had zero money. I didn't even have 20 pounds to buy food. But something in that moment changed in me. I became determined to find a way to make money. I attended a seminar in 2003, a seminar like this one. In fact, this seminar was just down the road from here. It's very weird for me doing this event here in Earl's Court because this area has a lot of memories for me. And I attended the seminar just at the Ibis Hotel just down the road. At the time, it wasn't called the Ibis Hotel. It was called something else. Does anybody remember what the Ibis Hotel was called before? No one. Okay. That didn't work. Throw it out. I attended a seminar where I met this gentleman, Francis Taylor, and he became my first ever mentor. And he taught me his very simple system for making money online. Basically, I sat down in a seminar just like this one. He sat next to me. I asked him what he's doing. What does he do? And he said, well, I do a bit of engineering consultancy, but I have also an ebook on the internet that's making me $1,800 to $2,400 a month. And at the time, when he said this to me in November 2003, the month that I got fired, by the way, I was still thinking as an employee. I didn't have the mindset of an entrepreneur. So it went into one ear, out the other. But it came to the point in April 2004. I'd been squatting in that building for about 3-4 months at that point, and I couldn't live like that anymore. I was living like a recluse, like a rat practically. It was I can't begin to tell you the despair that I was feeling when I went to the cash machine and I couldn't even draw out 20 pounds to buy or 10 pounds to buy food. I had nothing left, and I remember crying at that moment, realizing that I couldn't help my dad, who had gone bankrupt the previous year back in Athens in Greece. I couldn't help my mother, couldn't help my sisters who were at university at the time, and they were going to get kicked out because they couldn't afford the fees or even the accommodation there. And I started running through Earl's Court, down Earl's Court Road, and down here, this road right here, Old Brompton Road. And I ended up at the Old Brompton Road Cemetery, just opposite from this venue. Does anybody know the Old Brompton Road Cemetery? Yeah, just there. And as I'm running through this venue, as I'm running through the Old Brompton Road Cemetery, I'm crying, and it's pouring down with rain, and I'm soaking wet, and I am in so much hurt, so much pain because of the situation that I'm in, being completely broke. And I remember looking at the tombstones, and it's an old cemetery, so there's like 1,600 1600s, the 1700s type of tombstones from 3-4 centuries ago, basically. And I remember looking at these tombstones, and it said things like, I don't know, Maurice Johnson or something, and he died when he was 25 years old, and he was a carpenter, and he was married to so and so, etc. And I was looking at these tombstones, and I thought to myself, what do I want? What will be written on my tombstone when I die? Mark Anastasi, nice enough guy, 24 years old, died broke in a hole on Earl's Court Road, never helped anyone, never did anything. That's what would have happened if I died just there. And I decided in that moment that I was going to do whatever it took to learn the strategies for making money. And I gave a seminar to those tombstones. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't, no. To those tombstones. To those tombstones, no. You're quiet, but you're not that quiet. I gave a seminar to those tombstones for about an hour or 2 hours, just sharing with them things that I'd learned and how I was going to help them with the strategy, with what I'd learned about personal development and wealth creation and all those things. And I remember it clear as day. I walked back to that building that I was squatting in, and I was determined. I was broke, but I knew I was going to become a millionaire. And I grabbed my journal and I started writing down my goals. I started writing down what my limiting beliefs were. I started writing down everything that I wanted in life. I started writing down, brainstorming 100 ways how to make money. And out of doing that exercise, in that moment of determination, I remembered what Francis had told me 6 months earlier at that seminar at the IBIS. It said ebooks, right? He was making money with ebooks. I called him up. I said, Francis, listen, I've read a book by Robert Kiyosaki. It says, work to learn, don't work to earn. You work in a job that just pays you money, but you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not learning how to become financially free through doing that job. Then what happens? You get paid, you spend that money, and then you work 30 days, you get paid, you spend that money, and then what do you have to do? You have to work another 30 days. And you get the money, you spend that money, what do you have to do then? Work again another 30 days, yes? He said, work to learn, don't work to earn. And I said, Francis, I'm broke, I don't have any money, but I want to work for you for free. I'll work for you for free, Francis, if you just share with me how you make money on the internet. I understand that the internet can allow me to sell to people all around the world. I understand that there's a lot of power to that, a lot of leverage to that. That's all I understood about it. All I had at that time was a Hotmail email address. That's all I knew about the internet, but I could see the potential, thanks to the internet, of reaching a lot of people. And Francis said, Mark, don't worry about it. All you need to do is do step 1, 2, 3, and 4. He just shared with me his strategy for making money on the internet. The result? Within 28 days, now think about this, I was still living in a squat, and within 28 days, I had a web business bringing in $10,000 a month. I still stayed in that squat another 2 months later because I couldn't believe it, till I got the first check. I've sold nearly £1 million, probably over £1 million worth of ebooks thanks to that strategy since then, last 5 years. This was, by the way, I launched this first ebook on the 17th of May, 2004. I launched it from a internet cafe as well, just down here in Earl's Court. And we've done over £1 million in sales thanks to this ebook. I then taught a seminar about it. We filmed it. I created a home study course about it. Thanks to joint ventures, I sold over £300,000 worth of these DVDs in just 5 months. In fact, more than £30,000 in a week. I'm just mentioning a few speed cash strategies whilst I'm sharing this. I've then launched many more products, many more ebooks. I've got 29 ebooks. I've got about 25 different DVD and CD home study courses. And by accumulating every new product is a new income stream. So gradually it went from 10,000 to 20, 30,000, even some months where it's over £100,000 in a single month. Now, if somebody had told me 5.5 years ago, sitting in a seminar like you are right now, that I could generate over £1 million in sales in a year when I'd never generated more than £1,000 in a month, what would I have thought? What would I have said to them? You know, you're crazy. It's not possible. It's hype, right? It's American rah-rah, hype, blah, blah, blah. No, if you understand the principles I'm going to be sharing with you, the strategy I'm going to be sharing with you, the power behind them, you will understand that it's purely mathematical. it is impossible not to make more money, even 10 times or 100 times more money, when you start applying these principles. And I'll share with you a few of these principles now this morning. So my income started accumulating and growing. I've done over $5 million over the last 5 years, and this is with me being very lazy, with working from home, and practically working only about 6 months out of the year. I've got 33,000 clients worldwide in 116 countries. That's from my back bedroom. Reaching 116 countries, more than 30,000 clients all over the world. More than 30 income streams, including from PLR products, ebooks, health products, article marketing, forex trading, blogs, public speaking, eBay, teleseminars, joint ventures, YouTube, etc., etc. These are just some of my income streams. Now, I've learned how to make money with these strategies, how to create these income streams. 5.5 years ago, did I know any of this? Did I know any of this? All I knew was how to log into my Hotmail account. So what happened between 5.5 years ago and now? What did I have to do? I had to learn these strategies, yes? By attending seminars, by investing in these courses that taught me how to do this. So for example, now, thanks to that investment, thanks to coming to seminars like this one, I can make £100,000 in a single day. In a single day, which is the equivalent. As a security guard, it would have taken me 12 years. 12 years of work to achieve the outcome that I can achieve now in a single day. Now, I'm not saying this to impress you. I want to share with you, basically, I want to show you what is possible when you apply these principles.